G'day guys, Luke here from Tech Blokes, and today we are checking out the Google Nest Mini. Now this was a freebie. Google sent this to me in the mail because I am a paid subscriber to Google Red, and it's a great little smart speaker. They're about $79 if you go and pick one up in the store, and they have an amazing amount of functionality that they can do. Now they're also a really great speaker themselves. They have a fantastic driver that pushes out some great sound quality. We'll test that shortly as well. And this is the second generation one. So the first generation one probably wasn't up to the same level that this one was, and has a few slight variations in the actual sound driver, and the older model used to have USB Type-C, whereas this one just has an actual socket. I've picked up the coral color here. They come in a couple other colors as well, but Google sent me this one, so we're going to quickly unbox it, see what's in the box, and then I'll show you some of the amazing things that this speaker can do. So let's get into it. Now, just before we start the unbox, I'll just quickly run through what Google actually says you can do with this thing. So you can tell it to play some jazz, and it will play music from YouTube Music or Spotify. You can ask it to book a calendar appointment. You can say, call mum on Google Duo. You can dim the lights with Philips Hue if you've got some smart lights. If you've got Netflix hooked up, you can do that. And then obviously Google Assistant. Now Google Assistant will allow you to do heaps of different things, and that's pretty much all I ever use my Hey Google for on my Pixel phone. So let's unbox this and have a look and see what else we get. Alright guys, the speaker is now set up. I've got everything paired up, it's connected to my Wi-Fi. We've got all the touch controls ready to go. I've currently got the microphone listening to my voice, and the whole setup was really simple. You would have seen how quickly I got everything connected. So first thing I want to show you is, I'm sure you probably didn't know this, but you can actually dictate notes to your device. So if I say, hey Google, please dictate this note.
What's the note?
Tomorrow I'm going to shoot a brand new video about Android 10 on the Samsung S9.
Saving note.
Now, the next thing is you can actually ask your speaker for directions. So if I say, hey Google, can you give me directions to the nearest petrol station?
The best way to get to BP by car is via Eaglehawk Road, Loddon Valley Highway, B260, and will take about 5 minutes in light traffic. You can see the full directions on your phone.
Alright guys, now you probably might know this one, but you can actually make calls with your smart speaker. Now, to set it up, you actually have to go through the Google Home app, go into video and voice apps, select Google Duo, and set up your phone number to receive calls using Google Duo. The whole process takes literally about 10 seconds. Once you've done that, you can then go, hey Google, call Dad.
Looks like that contact isn't set up for Duo calling. You can invite new contacts to Duo calling using the Duo mobile app on your phone.
Now, obviously, if the person has Google Duo set up, you'll be able to make that call. Dad's on an iPhone, he hasn't got it set up at the moment, but that's something that you can do as well. Now, the next thing is you can actually find businesses related to a particular thing. So if I go, hey Google, find me a business nearby that does solar.
I found a few solar energy equipment supplier near you. The first one is Sunergy Solar at 301 Eaglehawk Road, California Gully. The second one is EcoSmart Solar Central Vic at 87 McIver Highway, Bendigo. The third one is Solar One Electrical at 5 Scott Crescent, Eaglehawk.
Now guys, this one's really cool. If you've got a really bad memory like I do, you can actually ask Google to remember important dates for you. So if I go, hey Google, can you set a reminder in my calendar for tomorrow
At what time?
9:30.
What's the title of the event?
Give the Google Ads manager a call tomorrow.
Okay, give the Google Ads manager a call tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Do you want to save that?
Yes, please.
Got it, it's on your calendar.
Awesome. Now, guys, if you're a big podcast listener, you might use the podcast app on your Pixel device, but what you can actually do now is you can search for podcasts through your Nest Mini. So if I go, hey Google, find me a podcast about Facebook ads.
All right, here are 10 podcasts to try. Let's start with Marketing School, digital marketing and online marketing tips.
Yeah.
Welcome to Marketing School, the only podcast that provides daily...
Cool. So you can listen to podcasts straight through the device. You know, if there's a particular topic you want to know about, you can just get the device to play it for you. It's really cool. Now, the other thing is, if you're big into the stock market, you can actually ask Google to follow a particular stock for you. So if I go, hey Google, how's the Tesla stock trending at the moment?
As of 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time yesterday, Tesla is trading at $664.15 per share after hours on Nasdaq, down 2.19% from closing.
All right, guys. Now, the next one is really cool. If you've got young kids like I do, Google actually has this functionality built in where you can do what's called My Storytime. So what you can actually do is you can record stories. I think there's even the option to purchase stories, and you can get that story to be told to your child at night. So let's say you got home really late and your kid's begging you to listen to a bedtime story. You can just simply say, hey Google, can you play a bedtime story for my child?
All right, here's calming stories to help kids sleep. Moshi Twilight Sleep Stories app on YouTube Music.
Snuggle down.
Now that's really cool. There's also the option, obviously, to record your own stories, and Google will play those to your kid at night. I think that's a really cool. You know, they get the calming effect of your voice, and you know, you can tell your own story. Really cool. Now, guys, if you're learning a new language, the Google Nest Mini is really exciting. So if I say, "Hey Google, can you translate for me?"
Okay, there are a couple of ways I can help you translate. For example, you can say, be my Spanish interpreter, or how do you say good morning in Swedish?
Hey Google, how do you say good morning in German?
In German, that's
Guten Morgen.
How cool is that? Hey Google, how do you say what's the weather like in German?
in German, that's
Wie ist das Wetter?
All right, guys. Now, the last one I want to show you all is you can actually ask Google for a recipe. Now, I'm not the world's greatest cook, but you can actually say to Google, hey, Google, can you find me a recipe to make tiramisu?
Okay, I've got a recipe called the best tiramisu you will ever make from Ask Chef Dennis. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Great. Would you like to start with ingredients or instructions?
So guys, if you're an amateur chef like I am, you could seriously just have this thing sitting on the bench, hooked up, and you can just ask it for recipes and ingredients. And it's literally like just having, like your iPad or your iPhone there, and it will read out the ingredients and instructions. Very, very helpful. So guys, there's a couple of really exciting features there. A lot of things I didn't know this device could do just by digging around and doing some homework. I think it's a fantastic smart speaker. Now, obviously, there's one other thing this thing can do really well, and that's play audio. So I'm just going to do 20 seconds of playing a song, and I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.